So Simon's been a bit unhappy recently. So what we decided to do was, me and Hannah decided we'd set up a little surprise for Simon because we found out that a certain celebrity was visiting. Actually, no, I don't want to say. I don't want to say all the setup. I just want to say. I just want to go into the story. We decided to have a yog meet last week, and it was me and Hannah, and we brought Simon to Harlow because my dad's actually not been very well. He's been in hospital in Harlow, and so Simon was going to come down
It's a
and
bit of a downer.
have a drink with us.
I don't know why you mention that.
You mentioned
Why would
that.
you mention
All right,
that?
let's
It's
start-
horrible.
Sorry, I'll start again. Fucking hell.
I had a wonderful day out at the weekend, thanks to Hannah and Lewis, who took me to a shopping mall in Essex.
Yeah.
It was the best day out I've had.
Yeah, I
in
know.
some time.
He was so excited to be coming along.
See, I was happy with that. I thought, oh my god, a shopping mall in Essex. This is amazing.
Yeah.
This is
You
the
were
best
just going to
day
be
out
happy
ever.
spending the day with me and Hannah, that's all.
Yeah.
Having a few drinks, going to a nice countryside pub. You were perfectly happy with that.
Going to ye old
So what
sweet
happened?
shop.
What
Um,
happened when we...
Well, we were on
got
like the
there?
second floor of the shopping mall, and you led me to like the balcony kind of thing, and I gazed down, and there were all these people down there, and including some people dressed up in Star Wars costumes, and I thought, wow, that's a bit strange. And then you moved your arm and you pointed at a certain little man who was sitting down behind a desk, signing photographs of himself in various roles that he has been in on the movies in the
And your
cinemas.
face lit up like a little child.
It was like Christmas morning, and I'd just gotten my big yellow teapot, which I never actually got in real life.
Aw.
You remember that? I never got it. Thanks a lot,
Oh.
Mum. Cheers.
We'll
Thanks
get
for
you
that.
one, man. We'll get you one in
Next
future,
weekend.
don't we?
Anyway.
Christmas.
Christmas, okay. Anyway, that little man that we saw, it was none other than Warwick Davis. Warwick Davis. Can you believe it? We found him. He'd been lost all this time down my sink and in the sewers.
All this time?
It was lost, and there he was. He was fine. He was happy. He was signing copies of his new book that he'd written down in the sewers. He kept himself busy down there.
Yeah.
Apparently he bumped into Ricky Gervais down there because they're making a TV show.
Yeah, I heard
So
about that. Some Yognaut sent it to me, and I...
maybe Ricky Gervais got flushed down the loo or something. Maybe he fell into the toilet and ended up down there and bumped into Warwick.
That's probably what happened. So we met Warwick Davis, and it was fantastic. And there's going to be pictures on yogscast.com if you want to have a look. And what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to play the audio from that evening when we came in. And we were chatting on Vent with Ravs, who's a Scottish guy, and Rithian, who's Norwegian. And yeah, here you go. This is what happened when we came in. It's a little story of what we did.
Hello, Lewis. Are you there? Hello, Lewis.
Hello, Simon.
Hello.
Can you hear me, friend?
I
Oh,
can hear
man.
you. Oh my god.
So we've just got back from an incredibly fun day out, guys. Poor
We
Simon.
defaced some S Club 7 merchandise.
You did? Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes. So that's gonna the Ognauts, the executive producers are gonna get some cool stuff in the mail.
Oh, I got to meet Tim Rose as well. I can't believe you just asked him. So who are you? Oh
Did you
Oh,
actually
no.
ask them? Wow.
no. You sort of almost insulted Warwick Davis as well, Lewis. You were disgraceful. Your
Yeah.
behaviour was utterly disgraceful.
I mentioned that. I didn't tell them what happened though. I didn't tell them exactly what happened.
Simon, he left that story for you. Give us the story.
God.
Please.
Lewis is just a monster, basically. He almost broke Warwick Davis's heart by making a small man joke.
No, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about what actually happened when, we went up to Tim Rose.
Oh, right. Oh, God. Oh, God, I've forgotten already.
Simon,
Well-
you can't forget this day.
Simon is a big man standing there with this stupid grin on his face, having seen Warwick Davis. Okay, he's a bit starstruck, and
Oh
we're
my
standing.
god! Yeah.
There's a little
I
bit
know
of
what
a
you're on
queue.
about
There's a little
now.
bit of a queue for Warwick Davis. Okay, so we're standing next to Warwick Davis. Okay, we're standing like there's some kids all getting him to like take pictures with him because
Oh,
kids are about the
Jesus.
same height. Well, actually, they're mostly taller than Warwick Davis. Anyway, we're standing there, and there's these two people in front of us who are like obviously supposed to be celebrities as well. I think the woman wasn't actually, but the guy was, and it had his name in front of him, Tim Rose, and he had some sort of Star Wars badge on his front, and I sort of said, "Hi, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't really know who you are," and so he sort of said, he sort of looked at me like with a bit of sort of unhappiness, and then the woman said, "Oh yes, this is Tim Rose. He was a puppeteer who did Admiral Akbar and a few other characters in Star Wars, like Salacious Crumb, who's one of Simon's favourites, who I think we've mentioned before. Work is
Did you
quite
immediately
well
yell?
known.
No,
but
resisted.
we obviously resisted that. But I was like, "Oh, great, that's fantastic." And I sort of turned to Simon and said, "Weren't you? I think you're old enough to have seen the Star Wars films when you were young, when you were a kid. Is that right?" And Simon was like nodded. And then the man said, the man sort of looked at Simon quite kindly, and then the woman looked at Simon quite kindly because he's obviously wearing this bright blue Superman hoodie, bright blue trousers, and he's got this stupid grin on his face. And I'd sort of patted him on the shoulder, like as if he was like a special child. And I said, you saw Star Wars when you were a kid, didn't you, Simon? And you sort of nodded.
Oh god.
And so she said, "How old
my
are
God.
you?" And Simon, what did you say?
I'm 32 years old. He was saying, it's a special day out. We've taken him out to come and see you. Good God. We didn't realise at the time. We didn't realise how it must have looked.
No,
Oh God!
but I said it's a
oblivious.
special day out for you, Simon. I'm gonna get you a signed photo. Which one would you like?
Salacious
I mean-
Crumb.
It was just.
Oh, God.
I mean, at the time we totally didn't think of it in that way because we'd obviously been joking and like talking to Batman and stuff previously. Well, oh my God, when we were talking about this in the car afterwards, I almost
We
had
figured
a
out
crash.
how. Yeah, we figured out how it must have looked, and we were talking about it in the car. Lewis was just swerving all over the place, laughing. We almost died.
Oh god.
Oh God!
It was very funny. So then we met Warwick, didn't we? And
Oh, that's
again, I did
amazing.
most of the talking.
I can just imagine Simon sitting there just like, oh jeez, just staring at him.
The
Very
fact that
funny
I was
stuff.
just stood there with a big grin on my face, not really talking. Lewis talking for me, and I'm wearing this Superman top, surrounded by children. Oh God, it's terrible.
I mean, sometimes you just go into some weird mode where you just can't talk in a normal voice in real life. And this was one of those times. It's like when you met my uncle. You couldn't talk in a normal voice. You just went,
Hello.
Hello. And I was, oh God.
Oh, God.
I was like, he doesn't normally talk like that. He doesn't normally talk with a normal voice. And, oh God. I mean, that was the classic example. But this was another one where, I mean, when you see the pictures, you'll see what I mean about Simon looking like he's come from a special home for slightly mental children. Because he's wearing like a one-piece Superman hoodie, blue jeans combo. It looks like a sort of set of pajamas, and his hair was a bit unruly, and he was just completely shocked and stunned at Warwick Davis being there.
All you guys need to do is tell this story on the next YoGPoD, and it'll be the best episode ever.
It was just the fact that at the time it all made sense, and it was just that look back, that reminiscing in the car, and realising just how fucking retarded I look. I'm 32 years old!
Hello, and welcome to TTTM.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the
Or
YoGPoD.
morning.
Or evening, or morning. Damn. Whatever it is where you are, and you're listening to this YoGPoD.
Yeah.
Good that.
Good whatever time of day it is. Good that.
Yeah. And we haven't done a podcast for a little while, have we? Because we've been so busy and all sorts of things. But we have got a podcast for you
Ooh.
today. Hooray! And this
no,
podcast
it's tomorrow, actually. This isn't the real podcast you've downloaded now. No.
What?
No, it's all just dead air after this introduction. It's all dead air. Like
No, it's
half
now.
an
It's
hour
coming
of it.
now. It's coming
Oh.
now.
Oh, it is. It is now.
Yeah. And what
Coming
what you're gonna have in
Saturday.
this
No,
what
no.
this podcast is going to have in it is mainly outtakes from previous YoGPods that didn't make it, or we just didn't have enough room to squeeze it in. So some of it's going to be guff. It's actually quite a lot of guff. It's just a big lot of guff.
I like to think of it as like Bombay Mix.
Okay.
It's on a bar, and the guys eat from it, and then they go to the loo, and they don't wash their hands, and they come back to the bar, and they eat from it again. It's it's kind of like a mix, a melange of all these different things that have been cut from previous podcasts, all tainted with urine.
I was thinking you were going to say it's like a Bombay mix where you've got those little crispy yellow bits, you've got the little nuts, you've got the little weird stuff, and people obviously always pick certain stuff. So as the Bombay mix goes down, it's like certain weird stuff left in the Bombay mix in unusual proportions. Like all those little brown nuts that no one's quite sure what they are.
Yeah.
Like they're always left.
There's something that kind of looks like a leaf that's curled up, and
Yeah.
it smells of flowers, and I don't know what that is.
But that's what's in this podcast. Is that.
It's going to be delicious.
Hello, I'm Warwick Davis, and I'm in a sewer, but I still listen to the YoGPoD.
And what you can do is you can actually add like an echoey sound effect onto that.
Or just
Maybe some dripping water. My God, look at this. Fucking look at this. My God. Can you imagine the fucking nutters who have this shit in their house?
Oh dear. So this thing you've linked me is like somebody has spent like a long time building like a climbing frame effectively in their house out of bits of wood all over their house.
The second part two's even better.
So the cats can like move
Look
around
at
the
part
house
two.
all over the place. They have like this fun time kids playground sort of thing.
It's like a jungle gym inside a house for cats.
Even so, it is totally
Why do
bonkers.
people do this for cats? Yeah, I think cats, they're like fucking telepathic or something. They can control the minds of weird people, and they make them do stupid shit. Can you imagine a fucking cat stuck up on one of these planks of wood up near your ceiling? And you're like, come on down, come on Charlie, it's time for your worming tablet. Come on, you gotta have it. Come on, Charlie. Come on down. Come on. Look, I've wrapped it in a piece of ham. Do you want a bit of hammy? Bit of hammy? I mean, what the hell?
You'd never get it down, would you?
You have to call the fire brigade to get it down.
I think cat people are like weird. I mean, especially girls. Like, you know, you get a cat after you've basically given up on getting a
Oh
man.
my God. Didn't Virion have loads of cats?
She's just got a cat recently, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Still, the whole cat thing, bit of a deal breaker for me. Just like not knowing who Robert Falcon Scott is for you.
Well, that is a fairly big deal. I mean, my God, he died exploring, you know, and pushing that envelope. And really, the Antarctic, it's like one of the last areas of the world that hadn't been explored. That people hadn't gotten to that furthest extreme point, the South Pole. This was history that he was trying to make. And the fact that he failed kind of makes him even more of a hero. The fact that they all died trying to do it. We really should go into it properly for all these youngsters that listen to our shitty podcast that have got no idea about Falcon Scott. Because I just assumed everyone would know, and I was like, yes, Scott's Expedition tea, the same tea that Scott used on his Antarctic expedition. And people listening to that, they must have just gone, what? Who? What?
Oh, of course, because that's what you were drinking the other day, wasn't it? We mentioned it.
It's weird how, I mean, like, people know that, you know, it was Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins that were in the Apollo 11 crew. But nobody's got any fucking idea.
I think you'll find that very few people know who Michael Collins is.
What? Are you kidding me? He's a famous man. Very famous.
Well, that's the point, isn't it?
How could people not know who he is?
If you ask 100 people who was the first, second and third person on the moon, they'd probably all get Neil Armstrong. But I don't know if they'd get Buzz Aldrin and Michael Collins.
Well, Collins didn't even fucking set foot on the moon. He stayed on the
in the capsule.
Yeah, thing that was orbiting. You know what it's like? It's like when you're a kid and you go to the cinema or something, and your mum drops you off in the car, and she's waiting, and the car's ticking over. You know, Michael Collins was like that. He was like, "All right, you two, are you gonna be all right? You're gonna be careful out there on the moon." And he's waiting there in the car. He's reading.
I'll have your dinner ready.
He's reading a magazine he bought from the shop.
Oh God! What? Hang on a sec. Your mum didn't sit outside in the car like while you were at the cinema, did
my
she?
mum didn't even drive.
For like 2.5 hours. Oh.
Oh God, that'd be quite a wait, wouldn't it? Man. The thing is, when I was a kid, films didn't really last that long. There were none of these, 3-hour movies. It just wasn't done.
What are you talking about?
It's a completely new
when you
thing.
were a kid, it was the golden age of long films. Long films were very popular.
Films
because
were generally shorter, but they had like mini features and stuff before the movie.
Oh.
Whereas now you just have adverts and trailers. But they used to have like a little short film they would show at the start. I mean, going way, way back, they used to show a newsreel.
Back to your childhood.
And now it's all avatars and Twilights. Ugh.
I think one of the first films I went to see at the cinema was Star Trek Generations.
Oh my God.
So I don't know what year that was out, but I remember watching that with my mum.
I think the first movie I saw was a Spider-Man movie.
Oh God, I saw the Spider-Man film.
Um,
My nan had it on tape, I think. VHS.
We're not talking about the Tobey Maguire ones.
No, we're talking about the, not the 2002 one. Oh my God, it's not on Wikipedia. It must be Wikipedia somewhere.
Yeah, what the fuck was it?
Why can't I find it?
I got no idea.
Are you looking as well?
Yeah. Maybe I just dreamt it. Maybe I didn't go and see it at the cinema.
It did exist.
Because we
It
actually
was
had a
popular
guy.
film.
Spider-Man came out. He didn't say I'm homosexual. I mean, he actually came out from behind the screen and he ran along the aisles and we were all screaming.
What would it have been called?
I'm guessing Spider-Man.
IMDb.
There was one that was released in 1977. I wouldn't have seen that when it came out, in 77. I don't know how old I was.
At the cinema?
Maybe 5 or something, so maybe 83. But then I saw Return of the Jedi, and that was 83.
At the cinema? When you were a kid?
Yeah. So maybe... Yeah, that's pretty scary, isn't it? That I saw Return of the Jedi in the cinema when it came out.
That is pretty scary.
That's pretty bad.
Scary.
Oh my God. I was a little boy. I was a tiny wee lad. I didn't really know what was going on. I didn't appreciate the deep artistic elements of the original Star Wars trilogy. Well, I fucked that up. God damn.
Hello, this is Kenny Baker, and I listen to the YoGPoD.
That is just weird.
You want to say this is Kenny Baker and then what he's famous for?
Hello, this is Kenny Baker. I'm famous for being a dwarf, and I listen.
No.
Hello.
God, I can't do it now.
Hello, this is Kenny Baker, and I'm famous for being the dwarf who was inside of R2-D2 in the Star Wars franchise of movies, and I listen to the YoGPoD.
Have you ever recorded a YoGPoD in your pants?
I don't think I have, no, because that is gross.
What do you mean?
I would go as far as to say it's indecent.
Do you reckon like the listeners would be able to tell though? Would it like give you additional echo or something?
What? You're saying that if I just wear my
Well,
pants, then there's an echo?
Insinuating.
I think a lot of listeners probably listen to us just wearing their pants.
Oh yeah, we
Um,
hope so anyway.
It's the dumb thing. Maybe we should have a special pantsless YoGPod. Almost said Yogscast. A pantsless YoGPod. Because when we were playing WoW, we had the odd pantsless raid
Oh yeah.
in which everyone had to. Do you remember the screenshots? I don't know if you probably were around. We did an Enixia raid, like an oldish one, and we did it without wearing any trousers. And unfortunately, the human female's undergarments are like a brown triangle. So it looked like Honeydew's curtains and carpets didn't match, let's say.
Oh.
Which is
I was thinking you were going to say
horrible.
like, you know, like human paladins required leg armor as a key piece of fire resistance or something. But in fact, I mean, it's not actually that big a problem, is it? I know Pearson tanks with no pants on most things these days.
well,
He tanked Malagos with no pants recently.
it all started due to I mean the whole reason that tanks, well, warrior tanks at least, would remove an item of armor is that they would get more rage because they're
That's
taking more
right.
damage. So they would have a bit more rage. And in the past there were terrible problems with warrior rage generation. Blizzard didn't really know what to do. They kept fucking around with it in every patch. And there was a while, like a couple of months, where rage was a huge problem. So we had this this old tank. Oh god, I can't remember what he was called. Oh, it began with an O. He's a good chap, anyway, foreign of some sort. And
Foreign! That's such a British thing to say. You would be so at home in like the English Raj
foreign
you
of
out in
some
India,
sort.
you know, sitting in some sort of boardroom with like a cigar, you know, just like overseeing the peasants.
I got
kind
some
of.
little Indian boy bringing me Pims. I treat him well, you know. I don't whip him too often. You know, only when he's really out of line, really slow with the Pims, or he forgets
What's
to
it-
put strawberries in with it.
What's his name?
I say, boy, boy. That's how I call him.
I say,
He comes running
I
over.
say, boy.
Scurries over. Boy. Oh god. Poor chap. Oh god, this is one hell of a tangent. We were talking about fucking warrior tanking, and now we're on to little Indian boys as my servants.
It's much better now.
Yeah,
Much more balanced.
much more interesting.
Oh no, I mean warrior tanking. It's much better now.
So, are we going to have a special YoGPod in which we record it without any pants, and all the listeners have to remove their pants when they listen to
That'll be
it, even if they're on public transport, which might be a bit of an issue. It could be a bit of a problem there. I don't know. Do you think we could get into legal problems with this? Because you've got some underage listeners, and I'm not comfortable with it at all. Just in general, I'm not comfortable with it. You know what I should do? I should say, okay, you can come and stay with us, but you have to pay like £100 a night, and you stay in our house, and you get to hang out with me, and you can cook me dinner. Do you think that's a good deal?
For Yognauts or for me?
Yeah, you're not you. I'd feel quite comfortable doing that with you though, but with Yognauts, it'd just be like the stalkers who go for it.
Carlos.
Yeah, actually, that's a terrible idea. Maybe a Yoget could come over. It wouldn't be a Yoget. It would be Carlos, or it'd be like Rasmus, like 13-year-old.
That would be terrifying.
And I'd have to explain.
That's explain to the police or his parents where he's
This
gone.
is a bad. Oh god, he met this man on the internet, paid him £100.
Oh god!
I know. This is just a fucking. It's just a ticking time bomb, isn't it? Oh Christ!
This is your worst idea since the idea to do an episode of the YoGPoD in your pants. And everyone has to listen in their pants.
Oh god, I'm just coming up with so many bad ideas. What the fuck? Hello, I'm Brian Bliss's wife, and I listen to the YoGPoD. Goodbye! It's really weird when you whistle like that. You whistle like an old man does.
I don't know any old men who whistle like that, to be honest.
How many old men do you know, though, apart from your father, obviously?
Not nearly enough.
I'm an old man! Yeah. Everyone needs to know a good half dozen old men. They can teach you a lot about the world. Well, just because. I mean, you can just think. The Second World War, the people that fought in it, you know, they're dying, Lewis. And soon there's going to be no more, you know, old war stories told by, you know, old men who fought in the Second World War, who helped stop Hitler's and the Nazi. You know, you won't be able to ask him any questions and say, you know, what was it like to kill the Germans? And they say, oh, well, it was lovely. You know, you won't hear that anymore.
Well, to be fair, like, most of it's been written down. I mean, one of the most popular sort of sections of the Daily Telegraph is the obituaries section, because it's very well written, and it often takes some of the best stories from old soldiers' lives, you know, and how they earned their George Cross, for example. Every George Cross or Victoria Cross that's awarded has often got a long story behind it. It's not just, you know, the George Cross for gallantry. It's the George Cross for blah blah blah, and then it actually has like a whole document with it which tells the story. And some of these stories are fascinating. You can get them all on Wikipedia. Some really amazing stuff about, you know, old war stories. So there's plenty of them, man. Also, there's not actually that many old veterans left now. You say they're dying off, but in fact most of them have already died off.
See, you got to get in there quick.
Most of the sort of old chaps who are still hanging on were really people who were very, very young.
Hurry! Hurry!
So the start of the war would actually be 71 years ago. So if someone had to be in legal age to fight when the war started, they would have to be nearly 90 now.
Well, not that many. I mean, a lot of people enlisted at like 14 or whatever.
Well, even 14 means...
So, yeah. Late 80s.
You know, you were real... I mean, the people
90s.
who are still alive to tell war stories now were kids during the war. You know, they were 16 or 17.
Like our listeners. See, you've got it so fucking good. You could have been out there fighting the Nazis. You wouldn't like that, would you? No. Wipe that smile off your face at the back there, Jenkins. Oh, God.
Oh, God. Ah, yeah. I had a message from a chap called Weasel King 1. In your latest YoGPoD, you said to try up shaking out a fizzy can and tapping the top to stop it from spraying everywhere. Well, I got a can of fizzy drink, and I shook it up and rolled it down some steps. Then I tapped the top 5 times with my finger and opened it. Unless I did something wrong, it all ended up fizzing out, and a few seconds later I was smelling of berries. Also, yesterday I heard a large bang in my house, so I went to investigate and discovered Warwick Davis climbing out of my toilet.
Oh my god, that's where he
He
is.
walked out of my house without acknowledging that I was standing there. So Warwick Davis is loose.
I've got no idea. Where's this guy live?
He doesn't say. So we
Oh,
don't
God,
know
what-
how far Warwick's been
Yeah.
Been blown.
I've got no idea how far away he could... Blown? What?
flowed. Where he's been
Flowed.
flowed.
He flown. How far he's flown.
Flown down the
to
sewers.
float.
I suppose. I don't know. What do you call that?
Yeah. Do you think he made some sort of makeshift raft in the sewer system?
Possibly. I mean, I'm sure he's been in similar situations before. It'd be nice to have him. Can Brian possibly stick? Brian, do you mind sticking around possibly for later? See if Warwick turns up later in the podcast.
He's wandered off to get some crisps now. Do you think Brian Blessed and Warwick Davis have ever worked together? You know, I think they know each other.
I shouldn't think so. I doubt they really
They're
move in the same circle.
They're from two different worlds, really, aren't they? Brian's from outer fucking space, and Warwick Davis is from, like, I don't know, some fucking underground lair full of like caves and caverns. Still, it was nice to have him on the show.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm really grateful that he turned up and stuff. It was great.
I think he really only came round just to, like, nick food off of me. He thinks it's a fucking buffet here.
Maybe it is.
He thinks my kitchen is like the green room. He just goes in there, just rifles through all the cupboards, just eats all my crisps and jam sandwiches that I've got lying around. I always have about 4 jam sandwiches just made up. You know, just in case. I get hungry during the night.
Right.
I just wander downstairs, have a quick jam sandwich, and go back to bed. You know.
Right, let me just go through some questions from people. Letters. Do the letters jingle.
Letters from the Argonauts. Notes.
Okay.
So what letters have we got? You got anything interesting?
Jordan Birch sent me an
Or is it just the
email.
usual drivel you get? Oh yeah, I know him from the Facebook.
He said it was the last day of term 1. This girl in our class from Korea or some shit was moving, so the other girls thought it was sweet to get a T-shirt and sign it. When it came for the chance to meet, put something on it, me and my friend Damien Hunter couldn't resist writing a little note from the Yogscast. It says, "Buy from the Yogscast from Jordan." It's on the sleeve
That's a bit.
of the shirt.
I'm not sure he should be allowed. I'm not sure he should be allowed to do that because he's not actually part of the Yogscast. He's sort of misrepresenting us.
That's fine.
You know, because I don't know about you, but I don't just randomly go around defacing people's shirts. Generally, I mean I have done now and again, but I don't normally do it.
No. Hal Derbyshire writes, "I am Dave Yognaut." He spelt it N-O-R-T. And he said, optional spelling because I like both of you.
What?
And then he says, Simon,
The fuck? You can't do that.
would you eat soup with a sieve?
Soup. How can you eat soup with a sieve? Surely
not
you
su-
need a spoon,
I think this is
or
one,
you have the soup in a mug.
I think this is one of those questions that is like a meme or something. Would you eat soup
Oh,
with a
God.
sieve? Or is it something like it sounds to me like something from like a Cat in the Hat or something? One of those things?
Would I eat a cat in a hat?
No, Dr. Seuss, like some sort of weird rhyme, like ham in the can.
Fuck? What are you talking about?
What's that
Soup
rhyme?
and sieve don't even rhyme. So, I mean,
I don't know.
you're just mad. You've gone
I
mad,
don't know. All right,
basically.
move on.
The pressure's just gotten to you.
Damien Pietkewitz has written to us. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's quite a good name. We're still thinking about t-shirts. We might do that in the future.
Don't hold your breath. because you will
Danny
die. You will die.
Tarrant has sent us an email. She says, "Hi, trying to be concise here, so here goes. I miss some of the other members of Yogs as they have not been in podcasts for a while. It'd be
Ah,
good to get Virion to review Kick-Ass or do something like Shutter Island."
I think what the podcast needs is a woman's touch. I certainly need one. A touch of a woman.
So do you think we should do... I mean, I've actually seen Shutter Island and Kick-Ass, so I could probably talk... I might be able to find Virion and talk to her about it.
I would love
but
that. I would
I thought
love
they were both
that.
okay.
If you chase down Virion and manage to get a review out of her. I also want you to
Okay.
flirt awkwardly with her.
I'll try that.
You know, make her feel like a woman. That's what I want.
Okay, I'll try and do that.
You have to promise. Promise
Um.
me, Lewis. Promise me and promise that guy who wrote in, Pizza Witch.
Joel Safiri writes, "Hi Simon and Lewis. As seems to be standard procedure amongst the Yognauts, each email seems to be in need of some pointless preamble, so this can be that. Anyway, the other day I was sat in my flat at the computer typing up some stuff to do with my dissertation when there was a knock at the door. It was the Tesco man delivering the house's fortnightly food. He handed over the first box, gave me a bit of a funny look, and then walked back over to the van to collect the next box. After putting down the first box, I went over to the computer to pause the YoGPoD that was playing before collecting the second box. After this, the Tesco man seemed to hang around a bit too long. There was no more food to be delivered, so I thought this to be quite strange. After a few seconds, I said, 'Is that it?' He paused for a second before nervously blurting out, 'I am Dave Yognaut.'
Oh my god.
After hearing the story about the 3 Australian Yognauts on the train and dismissing it as total rubbish, I couldn't quite believe what was happening, and I just stared at the guy for like 20 seconds without saying anything, after which he quickly turned around and said, 'Okay, bye.' So I would like to apologise to the Tesco man. I would like to apologise to the Tesco man who I probably made feeling like a total freak. I'm sorry, I am Dave Yognaut.
Hey, there we go. That's the stuff.
So,
Oh, man.
Tesco man, hello, Tesco man who delivered food to some Yognaut.
Hello.
That is weird.
Hello. So sorry that our listener, one of our listeners, failed you. I mean, if anyone does this to you, if anyone does the "I am Dave!" Yognaut and the salute, you have to respond to it. You can't let shyness
Yeah.
overtake you and cloud your...
I mean that
You're
Tesco
Yognauting.
man, he's gonna take a long time to build up his courage again. But he
Probably a
sort of
broken
knew.
man now.
He knew that guy was listening to the YoGPoD. You know, he recognised us. It probably was like, you know, we were just shouting stupid stuff or something.
That's an amazing tale. I love that.
Someone called Nick Fuckface wrote
Oh,
an enormously long email to me, which I'm not going to read. About... He's another Australian. There's loads of Australian people. Is this... Have we got some sort of massive following in Australia? That's kind of weird, I think.
they love us. They love us
Okay.
down there. Oh, I've got to say something.
Okay.
This is
It's a
a...
real jumble, but carry on.
It's fine. It'll be fine. This is a shout out to Patrick Brenner. That's Patrick Brenner. Hey-oh! There we go. Move on.
Why is that?
Because he
Why are you
posted
doing
on
that?
my Facebook wall that he's introduced the YoGPoD to about a dozen people, and he wants some recognition. And this is
Right,
what you should do.
Jesus
You should
Christ.
let other people know about the YoGPoD. You
Hey-oh!
should let other people know about the YoGPoD. You should tell your friends about us.
Simon, there's a letter here.
Oh,
Hello.
Lewis.
My name is
Mm.
Gary3000.
Hello, Gary.
I'm taking
3000.
regular Garys to the next level.
Oh,
Are you ready? Have you ever
I'm ready.
thought about adding numbers to your name? What would your numbers be?
hmm.
I think 3000 is probably the best number you can
Wrong.
have, so you should probably choose 3000.
Very, very wrong.
Regards, Gary3000.
I would like to be known as Simon 9001. That is all. In your face, Gary.
Greg Sub has written in, he says, Simon, what would you do if there was a girl you were interested in, but you found out that her name was Grunthilda?
Not Hildegard. So she's a pretty lovely lady. She's a lovely lady. And I love her very much. And we're growing to love each other. And it's all beautiful and romantic and
Yeah,
adorable.
she's beautiful.
But I find out that her name isn't what she says it is, but it's actually
No.
Grunthilda.
Okay, no. Let's have it like this instead. This is a better scenario. You've met this girl, you really like her, you fancy her, you've been on a couple of dates. You don't know her name. She's a bit
How
shy
would I not
about
know
it.
her name? Come on now, that's ridiculous. I think that she would give me a fake name.
Why would she give you a
and then
fake
I find
name?
out that... Well, she wouldn't just say, "Oh, I won't tell
Yes,
you
she
my
will.
name."
She's mysterious.
I mean,
she's
does she
mysterious.
give me her
She's
phone
mysterious.
number
She's
and
proud
stuff?
of her name. She
What
doesn't
do I
want to
put
change
her in my
name.
phone
She
book
doesn't want
as?
to change her name.
Just a question
She doesn't-
mark
Listen,
or something.
she doesn't want to change her name. She loves
Nameless
her name.
girl.
Yeah, Mrs. Mysterious.
Mysterious.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Um,
Mysterious.
and so she loves her name though. She won't change it. It's very important to her. She must be called Grunthilda.
If it's important to her, why won't she fucking tell me
Well,
it?
there's some reason why you haven't found it out. That's all.
What do you mean?
There's
I
just
haven't
some-
asked her
there's some
at any
reason.
point.
Yeah, you've been so caught up, swept away in the romance.
Oh,
that you haven't.
maybe she's like a TV star or something, and I only know her as her character
Oh
in
yeah,
the TV show. So I call her whatever.
Michelle or whatever.
I'm trying to think of a girl from a TV show.
But-
Bianca. Ricky!
Goodness me.
Oh God.
Well, no one is going to get that reference.
Because she's a
are they?
lovely woman.
A 10-year-old EastEnders reference.
Well, no, because
Fuck me.
she's in it again. They're both in it. Bianca and Ricky are in EastEnders.
So sorry, you haven't actually answered the question. What would you do if this was a girl you were interested in? I mean, how would you take it?
So there's a lovely pretty girl who I like very much. She hasn't told me her name. I then find out that it's Grunthilda.
Yeah.
I would just deal with it. I'd probably just call her, I don't know, Hill or
But what?
something
No.
for short.
What if she insisted on you calling her Grunthilda? She wouldn't take. I mean, she wouldn't.
I would just use an epithet
She wouldn't let you call-
instead. A romantic
She wouldn't let you call
epithet.
her anything else other than Grunthilda.
I'd call her Princess.
In bed, you have to say, "Oh, Grunthilda."
Well, she's-
You have to call her by her full name all the time, in any situation.
That's ridiculous. There's something
She
insane.
insists.
She's insane. Why does she want me to call her by her,
That's
her
the
full
one.
name all
She's
the time?
beautiful.
Do I have
She'll
to
do
also say
anything
her
for
surname?
you. That's the one condition.
Oh, Grunthilda. That's her name, and I have to say it.
Careful.
I have to say her full name all the time.
Every time you mention her. or
So when
talk
I
about
introduce
to your
her
friends,
to my friends, yeah, I have to say, "Oh, this is my girlfriend. We're courting. She's called Grunthilda.
it's a European name. So
She's Sway. Yeah, she's Sway.
means
Hello there. My name is Grunthilda.
it means like flowing river or something in Swede.
Would you like
Swedish.
some herring? I have some herring I've had buried in the garden for a month. Would you like to eat it? She's gone a bit Indian.
So what's the result here? The verdict.
The verdict is I would love her for who she is. I would call her whatever she wants me to her face, but behind her back I would just call her like the wench or something.
Someone wants you to say, "Oh my gosh, I nearly spilt my pop."
Oh my gosh, I nearly spilled my pop.
I'd like to get Warwick back on, if possible.
Well, someone's got to find him. If you see Warwick Davis
He's been-
out there, just tell him that the YoGPoD is desperately missing him, and we need him back. Just let him know. Find him, put him in a cage, maybe a cat box or something, and bring it round to the YogsCast HQ, which you'll find. You can just Google it. You can find the
Yeah.
Yogscast building.
Just
Yog Tower.
Yog Tower.
1 Yog Place. Yogchester. Y0G. I'm going through the postcode.
Do you think that... I don't know, actually, I haven't even got any ending to that. Do you think that...
Brilliant.
We're
Brilliant.
running
There
out
we
of
go.
content.
That's the
on
introduction.
this show.
to the
We
YoGPoD
really
right
are.
there. It
That's
starts
the best
off.
lead I can give you. Do you think that?
I've got things to talk about.
Go on then.
www.computerpowertest, or one word, .com. It's a useful site that I had bookmarked. It lets you know that your computer is on, or it warns you that you don't have your computer turned on.
It tells me that my computer is on.
It's a useful
This
site.
is really useful.
Oh, hello. I'm Tina Barrett, formerly of S Club 7. I still have yet to release my debut solo album because it's not really going very well. But in the meanwhile, I like to listen to the YoGPoD. Oh, it's really good. Oh, Lewis and Simon are really amazing. Goodbye.
Oh god, there's too much guff in the podcast. I'm going to have to make this into 2 parts, okay? So this is going to be the end of part 1. Join us for the other half of this podcast, which I'm basically going to just cut in half and put in 2 parts soon. Goodbye.